Good evening, my name is Liam Neild and this is the MU Review, the place where I talk all things Manchester United in the world of football, and today I'm here to review Manchester United's 3-1 victory at the Liberty Stadium on my 21st birthday. That last part isn't quite as official. I did turn 21 on that day. I just don't think it had anything to do with the result, but I'll take it. It's a big win, we really needed it. We've had a really rough sort of few weeks, honestly, you know, aside from a couple of results here and there. For the most part, since that derby defeat against City, 2 months ago now, we've really been on the slip and slide down the Premier League table. And with Man City dropping a bollock against Middlesbrough, Martin Durum getting my son, United have gained up a bit of ground. Now I know Liverpool are top of the league, and no, I'm not going to discuss it. Yes, they played some good football, but they're going to go through a rough patch. They're not God's gift to football. I am impressed by them. I think Jurgen Klopp's a fantastic manager, and they've got some great players. But I'm not sitting here hailing them as the new Liverpool of 2014, for example. So we're not going to talk about them here. This is the MU Review. We're going to talk about United. And United, in this game, it was a very strange one, honestly, because we blew them away in the first half, much like we seem to have been doing when we do win games. We seem to wrap them up pretty quickly and then just sort of labour around for a few dozen minutes after that. But ultimately, in this game, it was a very strange starting 11. We had Michael Carrick included, Ashley Young included, apparently due to Luke Shaw pulling out at the last minute, and then also Marouane Fellaini included. All three, somewhat controversial kind of picks. Michael Carrick less so because, come on, we all know he's the English Pirlo. And but Marouane Fellaini and Ashley Young, especially, are two players that a lot of Man United fans would like to have seen shown the door in the summer, but Fellaini especially seems to have really flourished under Mourinho. He's playing a much more deeper role. He was effective under Van Gaal for sure, but he was definitely more effective when he was playing further up the pitch, sort of as a plan B or as an aerial option, whereas in these kind of games, he's now doing a job playing as sort of a balanced midfielder, I think is what Jose Mourinho needs him to be. And that three-man midfield worked well. I mean, you can't really call it a three-man midfield because Juan Mata was on the pitch. So Juan Mata, I suppose, playing out wide would be something that everybody would throw their arms up in the air about. But he's the kind of player who plays well whether he's playing out wide or whether he's playing at number 10. And in this system, we didn't really seem to have a number 10 almost. It was very strange. Wayne Rooney, technically, I suppose, could have been the number 10. When I was looking at the lineup, right, I was looking at it thinking, okay, we're playing Pogba, Fellaini, Carrick and Mata, which sounds like a midfield diamond with Rooney and Ibrahimovic playing up front. But then when we really went out there, Rooney almost played left wing, Mata almost played right wing, and then we went into a midfield three with Michael Carrick being, the protecting the back four, then Fellaini sort of doing box to box, and Pogba being, having a license to roam. And it worked. I mean, it was strange. We've all been saying, how do you get the best out of Paul Pogba? What's his best position? And I do think that this is one of those games where, and he proved it with an incredible man-of-the-match performance, in my opinion, you sort of have to build the team around him. When you've got someone as talented as Pogba, you shouldn't try and shoehorn him into a system or try and accommodate other players. You've got to put his name on the team sheet and then say, okay, who are we playing against this week? Right, what kind of game do we want to play? And then you've got to pick players around Pogba and sort of tell Pogba what to do. And in a game like this, absolutely, put him on the right side of the midfield three, let him do what the hell he wants. It reaps dividends. He was absolutely superb, man of the match. Another person who was really great, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, back among the goals, 2 goals, cool as you like. Obviously disappointed he picked up that yellow card, so he's going to miss that really big game with Arsenal, but he returned to form just as we all sort of knew he would. And, it's the same as with Pogba. Anyone saying that Zlatan is a flop or Zlatan's not going to make it in England, they're the same people saying that Pogba's not going to make it in England and all this stuff. They're people who apparently either have such anti-United glasses on that they just want everything we do to fail, which there are a lot of those people, so it's probably mostly that. But then if people genuinely think these things, then they obviously haven't been watching football for the last few years, because they've been 2 of the best players on the planet in the last few years. And now they're playing for Man United, and they're going to get their feet under them. And in a game like today, where they ended up, steamrolling Swansea in the first half. All right, the second half, was a bit boring because we'd already won the game. But it's positive. It's something we needed going into the international break. Now we can have our 2 weeks off, and we can sort of say, okay, let's consolidate. We've got a huge game coming up against Arsenal next, and I hesitate to call any games must-win this early in the season because it's not even Christmas yet. And Christmas is when you're going to get your first indication. The table at Christmas is your first real reliable indication of how the table's going to look at the end, and even then it is very wildly off some years. And I do believe that if we want to be seriously considered for the title race, not winning against Arsenal I don't really see how that works. We need to win that game. It'll be a month going into the festive season, get ourselves rolling again, and we need to just focus on us, because at this stage in the season you're not looking at your rivals so much. Your rivals can do what they want. Everyone's going to slip up. We haven't even played everyone in the division yet. We need to focus on picking up 3 points in every game that we play, and as long as we do that, I've said it before, I'll say it again, 5 wins in a row for any team in the top 10 would put them, in the top 4, within a few points of the title. And I do think that it's going to be that all season until about February or March, when maybe 1 or 2 teams will start to separate, but even then it's going to be very congested at the top. I have no idea which way it's going to go. Lots of other teams playing some very good football, lots of other teams slipping up in games you wouldn't expect them to. So I do not think that our recent form has written us off out of the title race. We've made it difficult for ourselves, but if we can pick up results like this on a more regular basis and see less of the results like we saw against Burnley, against these sort of, I don't want to call them bottom feeders, but these sort of lower 8 or 7 teams in the division, as long as we're beating them, we're going to stand a chance. And I've rambled a bit in this video. I was very excited for the victory, but moving onwards and upwards, Man United seem to be in good hands, and I'm really not worried about it. Mourinho's strange selection was completely justified by the result, so anyone who is really doubting it, I know that is results-based logic, which is sort of a no-no, but in football I sort of think football is results-based, and just as Mourinho has died by the sword in recent weeks, he lives by the sword this week. So he's made his decisions, he's been brutal, he brought in players, who we haven't seen all season really, and Ashley Young, Phil Jones, played a very makeshift team that really didn't look, it definitely looked like it came from a manager who had limited options, but it got the job done, and that's reassuring. I'm excited, I can now relax and watch England, well, maybe not watch England actually over the international break, and come back to it in a couple of weeks, hopefully with the first game of the next game week being us against Arsenal. Hopefully we can set the marker down there, get a big win in that game, and then really put the pressure on the team's bows. So thank you for watching, like it if you did enjoy it, comment if you got anything you want to say about this game or anything else related to Manchester United, and share the video if you love me. I know you probably don't, that'd be a bit weird considering you don't know me, but I'd still appreciate it. So thank you for watching, we'll see you next time.